Hey, everybody. This seems like a good enough place to cut in. Da-da-da-da-da. Hope everybody is doing ultra well. I haven't streamed in a while, have I? 3 months? 2 months? 2 months. 2.5 months. Something like that. I still remember how this works. See, watch. Bam! And now we're looking at the Distro Delves rig. Hey, Rice. You know, I'm going to make a change here, as I do. There. Okay. I got a new setup here. I thought you took a break. Took a break from what? Distro Delves, from Egee, from... I'm here. I've always been here. I'm just vibing. Is this the mini PC's BIOS? It is. This is the Gigabyte Not a Bricks machine. Hey. Hold on. We got to start from the top of the list. So I'm doing something with the music here. This playlist that we're listening to has gotten... I'm taking a break from YouTube? No, quite the opposite. I'll get to that in a second, though. This playlist has gotten like out of control with just kind of like garbage that I've tossed into it for the stream. And I have a better idea of what I want to play on streams, so I'm going to be... no, I don't want to boot. I'm going to be removing songs that don't fit the vibe I'm going for here. There. See, I thought that boot would take me to the boot menu, but instead it just drops me into the machine. I actually become one with the machine. Like I go inside the machine. That's what I mean when I say that. I got to turn my monitor down because I can hear me too loud. Like I'm too loud, and that makes me naturally want to speak lower. And that's not what I'm here to do. That'll wear my voice out if I speak too low. So how the heck is everybody doing? I'm glad to be here with you. This is going to be a fun one. We're looking at VanillaOS. Somebody before we got rolling said, or they thought that VanillaOS was just Ubuntu with APX, I think. And I've been playing around. Come on. I've been playing around on it, as you can see. It was supposed to go into the installer, but it did not. So let's try that again. No, it's more than Ubuntu. Quite a bit more. It's been a while since I've done these types of streams. Yeah, I'm going to do them more. And I'm going to do them more because I am recently unemployed. So I've got nothing better to do. I'm actively looking for work. Like, I'm looking for the right startup. So I'm just like kind of taking my time looking for what I want, what I'm looking for, you know? And in the meantime, I'm just going to focus on Egee stuff. So I'm going to be doing this. Did I get fired? No, the company I worked for got acquired by a bigger company. I'm a startup kind of guy. I work at really early stage startups, like between 4 and 60 people. So like really small companies. And those startups oftentimes get acquired by bigger companies. And the company that I worked at got acquired and didn't work out for me. So here I am. How is that stable? I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years and I've gotten laid off twice now. No, 3 times. But to be fair, I worked for a long time before I get laid off. So, I mean, it's just like startup life is it's a different life, you know? Like builders and contractors, like their work is based around going out and like, you know, sometimes there's a lot of work, sometimes there's not. And startup life is kind of like that. There's high risk, high reward, but like being at a startup when it gets acquired, there's shares and stuff involved. So like, it's not like, you know, the floor was pulled out from under me, but it's, you know, it could have gone either way and it went this way and I'm all right with it. So now I'm just I could do some side hustle. Yeah, call this a side hustle. Ransacked, you're currently a contractor. You hate it. You want something with stability. Yeah, the uncertainty. I mean, like I worked at the company for like 3 years. And the last place I got laid off from, I worked at for 5 years. So, yeah. But enough about that. Let's talk about VanillaOS. And I'll tell you more once we get it installing. So, this is VanillaOS. This is a live session. We're in a USB. I don't really know what there is to. It's Gnome. You know, this is the live session. They have this cool little welcome app thing. Try vanilla, install vanilla. We're gonna install it. I like that the default English is Australian. Kind of weird, but Workman English. I don't usually look at this, so I don't know if these are. US is way down here. I'm sure Australian English would have been fine. And it doesn't know where I'm at. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. We'll deal with this later. Need to wipe the old disk because I already installed vanilla on it and made sure it all worked and got some like basic data. Nope. Username cannot. Where are these coming from? Username cannot contain. Did I do like capital? Okay, that's weird. It's fine. It's just weird. You can't change your icon. It's really upset about that. Is it just going to keep cycling through those? It is. See, I have a knack for just breaking stuff. Like, what did I even do? I think I typed this first or something. And now I've got this cycling error, like this list of cycling errors. Good old Distro Delves. Yeah, this is OG Distro Delves. These errors are just gonna, let's just leave them. They're gonna continue through the installer. Nice. Hey, we're how far are we in? How many minutes in? 10 minutes in, we already found a bug. I'm good at this. This is why they pay me the big bucks. I touch things and they break. So that last song we listened to was pretty good. I think we'll keep that. No, I need to see the audio levels. OBS doesn't resize very good. See, this has singing in it, and I don't know if this type of song is good for the show. Like, am I competing with the singer? I have her at negative 40 decibels, and I'm at 15, so I don't know. I gotta increase the size of chat. Alright, that sounds like an oversight. Yeah, I think it is. I think that is, you like the installer, Dimmerish? I like it too. It looks fancy for being vanilla. Yeah, it's a weird distro. So, actually, before I start riffing on that, I want to mention a couple things. So yeah, I am currently unemployed. So any support you want to toss at the channel in Egee is more than welcome. We've got channel memberships, which I just got set up right before this stream. They were in review, and it all just kind of came together. So you can become a channel member. You can do super chat, super thanks, whatever the other one is. I also have Patreon. I got Patreon up and going, but I think that is still in review too. But I'm going to start linking all that stuff in the description, making a point to call it out in videos and stuff. I've also plugged back into the affiliate network, and I've got affiliate links like in the description. Already seeing some traffic on those, so that's cool. So, yeah, I for those that don't know, I do have 2 channels. I'm active on 2 channels. I technically have 3, and I want to be more active on the 3rd one. So I've got, this is the Egee channel. I call it Egee XYZ or Egee TV. It's just the Egee channel. I've got Open Egee, and then I've got Egee Nuevo. And Egee Nuevo is going to be like more for blogging and stuff, but I want to move my motorcycle. Not that I've done a lot of motorcycle stuff, but I want to do more motorcycle stuff over there. And what else? What else can I get for you? I think that's it. All right, so with all of that out of the way, this is VanillaOS. It is based on Ubuntu. I think it's Ubuntu point releases too. That was a pretty fast install, all things considered. So the installer is done. This was not Calamere's, was it? I'm not sure what it was. Can we see? Take a look at the process tree. What do we have? Podman. How do you guys feel about Podman? Gnome software. There's nothing oh, vanilla installer. It's its own installer. Damn. That's pretty impressive. So that was a pretty quick install too. Dimrish, Rice, you use. It's our own installer. Hello, you must be a vanilla dev. Very cool. It's a pretty generic name, vanilla installer. That is rad. Well, welcome, welcome. Rice, do you use Blender as a video editor? Yeah, I did that for a short time too. But there's some things that Kdenlive does really well that Blender doesn't do, namely grouping. You've never seen Podman? Podman is something separate. It has nothing to do with the installer. Kind of made it sound like it did, but it doesn't. All right. Welcome to the VanillaOS login screen, and the music dropped out. Why are you like this? It thinks the song is still going, actually. That song is lame. All right, not anymore. You use Olive or DaVinci Resolve? Oh, Rice, you gotta tell me about it. Why? Why did you switch away? You were all about Blender for a while. I liked the UI, but the lack of grouping was a huge deal breaker. It also didn't do keyframes very well, and I have a very specific workflow, and I don't want to change it because I can produce stuff really fast. I produced the Open Egee video from yesterday in what, like an hour, I think. Like the recording was 30 minutes, and then another 30 minutes of video footage, and then putting it all together in Kdenlive. I think it took like an hour. So I don't want to interrupt my setup here. All right, so this is kind of interesting. I noticed this first when I tested this before. The welcome app requires... I see the music is crept up. You need to stay below 40, especially when there's like weird stuff going on. Yeah, VanillaOS dev, excellent. Okay, so I thought this was pretty cool. No internet connection, right? So sometimes welcome apps crash here, and well, they don't crash, but like you can't go any further. But the welcome app has this cool little check again, so we can... This UX is kind of lame. It looks like I'm connected to Wi-Fi, but I'm not. It's just like, I guess I have Wi-Fi. But if I didn't have Wi-Fi, then this option shouldn't even be here, right? Same thing with Bluetooth. This looks like I'm connected to Bluetooth, but I'm not. I just have Bluetooth. Just like a nitpick. All right, connected to Wi-Fi, super fast too. None of this like spinning nonsense. Check again, and there you go. Let's start. Color scheme. Updates are ready to install. So here's Nautilus, or I'm sorry, GNOME files. Switch the color scheme. Ooh, the background changes too. Cool. I dig it. This is looking good. This was really cool. So, going back to what somebody said in chat, is this just Ubuntu with APX? So I haven't seen. I need to get back into the flow of Distro Delves. So maybe there's other distros out there doing cool stuff. But I think this is rad. When you first set it up, you choose your package manager. I don't want an app image. Let's just get rid of it. Or I don't want Flatpaks. We'll just disable support for it. That is cool. I like that. Notice there's no snap in here. There's no snap despite being based on Ubuntu. I wonder how they feel about that. Core applications, your Office suite, and common utilities like Bottles and Sound Recorder. I don't know if I'd call Bottles common. Sound Recorder, yeah, but Bottles, eh. Is it common utilities or is it useful utilities? That's the question. What's the deal with the whole immutable file system craze? I will talk about that. I understand it, but I don't really buy into it. Like I'm all about it, but for something like a Steam Deck, I think it's really ideal. But for my desktop, no, keep your immutable nonsense away from me. But for other stuff, it's great. Let's check it out. Let's check out the payload. I know it's gonna screw up my metrics on the back end, but Choose whether to install time shift. Let's do it. Restricted codecs, hell yeah. And there's a little info thing. This is such a good welcome app. The only thing I would say is wrong with it is that there's a lot of options. There's a lot going on here. App report. Or app port. Dun, 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 dun. This is from Fedora, isn't it? Let's turn it on. Immutable and atomic. Hello, noob. Noob. Color management in Blender is not ideal for the stuff you do. I heard some bad things about how Kdenlive renders videos. Rice, you were saying that the preset was something was super fast, or like it favored speed over quality. See, I don't know about this song. There's just like a lot going on. I think I'm gonna get rid of that last song too. Get out of my playlist. Then there's this song, which is good, but this is the wrong playlist for it. I don't know what I was just like throwing stuff into this and I've ruined it. There. All right. Join the community. Tell us about this community. Oh, what is this? Browser. This is just GNOME Web. Is that what we ship with? That's actually on the DistroDelves checklist. Is there a post installer? Yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I actually kind of dig it. I dig the post installer. Oh. Wait. What is going on here? I looked away and now I look back and I'm trying to join the VanillaOS Discord. I'm like, wait, I didn't log into Discord on this computer. Oh, did I hit read more on Discord community? I thought I hit read more here on one of the other ones. Yeah, I must have. I like these docs here. This looks like my old website actually, with the thing on the side and it's just content here. It's a good layout. AB root is a utility that provides complete immutability and atomicity. How's that? Atomicity? By making transactions between two root partitions. It also allows for on-demand transactions via the transactional shell. I was doing some pretty cool stuff with ABX before the show, and I'm excited to show you. I didn't do anything with AB root. Can we talk about... Okay, we can just reboot too. Yeah, let's reboot. Let's reboot. Community is basically vanilla Discord. All right, that's good. Discord. Ransacked, you don't like it? The Kdenlive export presets you showed me seemed optimized for speed. Okay quality, which is not a terrible decision, but kind of odd. Alright, welcome app is pretty solid. Let's take a look at the disk usage after I installed all that stuff. Hey, Where Cynical, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you in there. You usually re-encode a video after making... Doesn't encoding it make it... Your device will be ready soon. Why call it a device? Makes it sound like tablets and things. I mean, the GNOME interface is really good for tablets. I think it is, anyway. I think it's ideal for tablets, actually. Hey, Rive. Oh, yeah, right. So I actually have a video on my backlog to show off my recording and rendering settings. See, there's too much happening in this song. It's not a bad song, it's just not good for the show. Anyway, I need to make that video and show you, Rice, so that you can tell me everything I'm doing wrong. I really should know more about this stuff. Araz backwards is Zora, which means Vixen. Rice, you better watch out. Guys switch to DaVinci Resolve. I've never used it and I don't have anything against it. I'm just so Like my roots are so deep into Kden Live that I just don't want to change it. It's hilarious that the open source community is rabid about open source, but they won't try to make the element a thing, so they suck it up with it. I think the thing about Discord is it's just a really, really, really good feature-rich platform. Like the voice channels and stuff, they're just like killer. I think that's the killer feature of Discord is voice channels. The voice channels and being able to share, because like as it in development, being able to just like drop into a Discord call with people that are also coding and be able to talk shop or hear people talk shop just in a voice call. Like, why in the heck does Slack not have something like that? It's baffling to me. Like they tried it with a huddle thing, but it's like really ham-fisted and just weird, and Discord just does it better. Discord also has like a culture around it too. Oh, Dimmerish, that was really nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What if I repay you by making good content, but also tell you a dad joke? Would you like that? What airlines do developers prefer when they're in a rush? Delta. A SQL query goes into a bar, walks up to 2 tables and asks, "Can I join you?" Where is a slow query's favorite fishing spot? The latency. I just keep going. They're all so fun. Return of the dad jokes. I used to have, well, I mean, I still do have a tradition where when I get donations, I read dad jokes. I read dad jokes until people are rolling on the floor. How many developers does it take to change a light bulb? None, because it's a hardware issue. Why do kayakers make bad programmers? Because they're afraid of waterfall. So bad. Really, really bad. Hey, Marky182. How is it going? I like seeing all these familiar names and faces roll up. Long time no streams. Yeah, the streams are going to be coming back. You know, I actually want to talk about Distro Delves, because I did the Manjaro Distro Delve and felt really good. Feeling good about it. I was really happy about that when I finished it too. And then I planned for this live stream and talk to you guys about VanillaOS and kind of getting back in the groove of making videos and channel memberships and Patreon and things. But I looked at the channel and looking at it from a revenue perspective, like I've been like working on a business plan and stuff. Like, you know, this is where I'm going to be for, you know, until the next gig shows itself. So I'm like, all right, let's see if like make this work. Let's see how this goes. So I looked at videos in terms of revenue, and there's like kind of 4 or 5 categories that I can focus on. But Distro Delves are almost like, I know I've said I hated them, and I say I like them, and I say I hate them. But at this point, they're almost just like comfort food. They're just really easy to make. And that Manjaro video was like 7 minutes long. It wasn't even like I wrote the script. I did the tests and wrote the script like at the same time. Like as I was going through it, I was writing the script for the voiceover. And then the video kind of like the editing portion just kind of came together. And there was some stuff that was kind of challenging, but it all just kind of worked out and it was fun. But I want to get something like that going for benchmark videos, not just Distro Delves where we're looking at like Linux stuff. But I'd like to benchmark hardware, different distros, against different distros and things like that. And having a checklist and a script to follow like I do with Distro Delves just makes it so I can kind of autopilot it and focus on writing interesting content instead of figuring out how to make the video work, because the checklist is the video. We'll see. This is a long one. I know that I told it to install all this stuff, but This post install is taking a while. Tanvir, good to see you. Any problems so far? Yeah, we ran into a bug in the installer. It was okay though. It was just cycling error messages. They were legit error messages. They just didn't go away. This is a good song. I like it. Oh, it's got, and then I say that she starts singing. I just don't know about songs with singing. Hey Adam, good to see you. First boot takes quite a bit. Yeah, I told it to install a bunch of stuff. Maybe I shouldn't. I actually have I have another video in my backlog to talk about Flatpak, and maybe it's a good time to talk about it with FlatHub getting like a big makeover. I think that Flatpak, it's got some challenges. I don't know if it's like, I mean, it's good, but in my opinion, we're seeing some of the issues here that, wow, it's going to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Hey. Is this ice cream? Yeah, this is ice cream. Hey, Ben. How's it going? Ben, you have a distro I need to look at, right? Was that StormOS or something? It's yet another item on my backlog. StormOS, yeah. Do you still use VMs? No, I've switched over to that mini PC. Yeah, I've got my Not-a-Bricks machine. I don't like testing in VMs. I like having my setup here. I got, on the left side, I have my hardware, and actually the Gigabyte Not-a-Bricks box is plugged into this little UPS unit that shows the power output. So right now it's pulling 6 watts as we do this. And I want to, like, something that I'm going to do with the channel memberships that I got set up is I want to try different live stream formats. And with these Distro Delves, like anytime I stream on the YouTube channel, there's a lot of visibility and it like freaks me out. So I want to do like a smaller stream with a smaller group of people that are really engaged and try different formats. Like I think I'm ready to have a face cam, but I don't want to just like dive in and start like blasting my tests into the public. So that's something I want to do behind the channel memberships, is play around with having like an actual camera that I can show you, like this UPS thing. I can show you, like, if I'm gonna play guitar, like I've got all this stuff that I could also do. So I think that'll be fun. See, it's up to 15 watts right now. I think that stuff is interesting. Long name, you'd never have a face cam. Yeah, I used to say that too. Literally every YouTuber does it in a VM. That's why I do it on hardware. That's why I started doing Distro Delves to begin with. I saw everybody's Linux distro reviews and I'm like, dude, let's make this scientific. Let's make this data-driven. Let's get actual hardware. Let's get a checklist so all the reviews are standard, so we look at the same thing on every distro. We can compare them at the end. And then I over-engineered it and burned out. As I do. Can you play Valorant on this? No. As far as I know, Valorant still has the anti-cheat. Face swap myself to a fake person. You know what's funny is I was playing with a program that did that, and it did it really, really well. You have no idea what you're doing. Should you watch or leave? I mean, you don't have to know what I'm doing to enjoy the stream. You can stay for the good vibes, good chat, good music. This is a good one. This is by Dan Mason. I think it's called Seaside. Yeah, this is Seaside by Dan Mason. It was a single, so it's not off like an album or anything. You can find it on his Bandcamp. Cool dude. Good music like this. Good vibes. Everybody praises this OS. You know, Marky, I understand why. I was skeptical. Like with Silverblue, everybody talked about how good it was, and it was fine, but it was like a regular OS that was more secure but harder to use. And I think VanillaOS takes it in the right direction. Am I creating my OS? Am I I am. I do have EGOS actually, but that is a Skunkworks project that isn't like a distro, and it's the way that you think. It's more like Debian with all of my tweaks and customizations, but I think it's enough to be able to call it my own distro. And I'll probably like talk about it another time, but that's so far away from being alpha, but it's a thing. I run it for my servers. That's what I run my servers on, is EgeeOS. All right, let's do this. We have disk usage. What do we got? How the hell is this only using 4.8 gigs after installing all that? That can't be right. 7? Oh, it's divided. I just want root, but it's not showing root. Is it because of the T? I wanted to show that this was BTRFS. I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay. So like 12 gigabytes? Sure. Let's do that. That sounds good. Startup happened in 9 minutes? No, 27. 9 minutes? That was a long boot. No, 27 seconds. 27 seconds. Okay, let's take a look at HTOP. There is no HTOP. Okay, we just ran into our first issue. All right, what are you guys talking about? Rice, you remember EgeeOS? Yeah, it's still around. That's still there. Still, it's the same thing. Yves, you're using EndeavourOS. I've heard some negative things about that. Well, let's not get off track here. Yeah, so we don't have HTOP. We also don't have NeoFetch. Okay, so what do we do? What would a user do if we didn't have this? All right, let's go to the software store and we'll get it there, right? Pop open, this is GNOME software. Let's get HTOP. Do we have HTOP? Maybe. Okay, we got HTOP. It took it a second, but this is coming from VanillaOS, apt. That's actually really cool. Tells you where it's coming from. Dun, 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 dun. Linux likes to ramp up CPU hard when processing, installing instead of caching. Caching. All right, so we got HTOP. Take a look. I'm gonna restart before I get those numbers, though. That's not fair. Uh-oh. Whoa! What happened here? It blew up. Podman. Okay, interesting. So this is using Podman under the covers. Fun. Oh, this is a weird bug. Okay, so since HTOP, we're looking at HTOP, the program, right? And it looks like it's running in a terminal, and I mean like it is. But when we close it, it locks the process. And then GNOME says, hey man, this process is still running. Huh. Cool. Is that a known bug? So then we also need NeoFetch. Okay. So now we've really run into trouble because we need an app and we can't get it from the software store. So what do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you over here and I'll show you all about APX. So APX is not apt. In fact, I don't even think apt is here. No. So this is based on Ubuntu, but there is no apt. There is no DNF. There is no Pacman. There is but APK, right? So with APK, you can install packages from Ubuntu, AUR, Fedora. This is weird. It says apt, but it says Ubuntu, which is fine. Like, that doesn't hurt anything. Zipper from OpenSUSE. So here's what we'll do. We'll do APX install NeoFetch. And hot diggity dog, there it is. That's not so bad, right? It's kind of like apt, but instead of calling apt, you call APK. And you can see it's using Ubuntu's repos right there. Does it support things from the AUR? I don't know about that. That is a good question. NeoVim? What about NeoVim? A lot of packages being installed. All right, now we'll just run it, right? No. Even though we just installed NeoFetch, you can't just launch it because we didn't install it to the local file system. It's not in the path, so we have to interface with APX like so. Bingo. All right, so there's your NeoFetch. Did you catch all that? This is really cool. So, Egee at APX managed vanilla. It doesn't have its own NeoFetch logo, which is a shame, but it did come from Ubuntu's repos, so that's why we see the Ubuntu logo. Thinks that it's Ubuntu. It's LTS. I thought that it was based on point release, but I guess not. Kernel version 5.19, using Bash. It's just Ubuntu, basically. But that is something I can check off my list. Disk usage, done. Memory usage, done. Oh! No, I didn't do memory usage. That's fine. We'll circle back around to that. All right, let's reboot, get memory usage, and look at htop. All right. The latest GNOME with an immutable file system on top of Ubuntu with some custom tooling. How does it compare with DistroBox? I don't know. I'm not sure. Have I ever tried Nala instead of apt? Yeah, I did a video on Nala. It was good. It's like DistroBox. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't. See, this is why I need to do more Distro Delves. I'm not even sure what the heck DistroBox is. You guys are talking about something I don't even know. I used to know this stuff. I used to be... What happened? What did I do? It's DistroBox author. It is DistroBox. Luca, author of DistroBox. By the way, Nala Fetch now asks what you'd like to by default. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Now let's get our numbers. Let's get our numbers. DF? No, we already did that. We want free. All right now. All right. Baby, it's all right. 600 megabytes? Dang. Impressive. What happened to GNOME being chunky? In Manjaro and in Vanilla, super lightweight. I remember back when GNOME took like a gig and a half just to sit there and do nothing. It's cut down, it's trimmed down by a gigabyte of memory. That's wild. I remember when the GTK devs would be like, oh, it's, we're caching memory and that's good for performance and everything. What happened to those days? I wonder if I open a bunch of stuff. No, actually, we need to look at tasks and stuff. I love this song. That's a lot of threads. 116 and 265 threads. Ooh, selfish high heels. I think. I gotta check. Yeah, this is selfish high heels. I need my phone. I'm curious what Manjaro's was. Manjaro. Do you guys like to call it Manjaro or Manjaro? I've heard people call it both ways. I'm also giving it a second so the CPU load will settle in. All right. Manjaro had 79 threads. So this has 116. Manjaro had 79. Or no, 79 tasks and 203 threads. So this is by all like measures a heavier weight distro than Manjaro. just simply by resource usage. I don't know what that means. Like, there's just more stuff running. Like, what is this KGX? That's not even running in Manjaro, so. All right. Manjardo. This is the first time you've heard the H sound? You call it trash. Manjaro. That's a gig and a half. That's a gigabyte in HTOP. Yeah. So when I collect this data, is the way that I look at it is, as long as I use the same tools on every distro, then the numbers are good. Given that you have to install HTOP, I think that free is a better source of information. And not to mention, the 1 gigabyte that it shows here includes HTOP, which is not running when I run free. So that's why I don't look at memory usage here. I could get tasks and threads similarly through the CLI, but like, this is just more interesting to look at. Like, I know that I could get memory from here too, but it's scientific, but not that scientific. Somebody can make a more precise Distro Delves. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Okay, so 0.18 is probably going to have the same load as Manjaro. Wasn't BTOP your jam? Yeah, it was. BTOP has a lot of information, though. I think I've kind of gravitated back to HTOP because Glances is good, but it has a lot of information. It has no color. BTOP is good, but it has a lot of information, and I have to like highlight what we're talking about. But enough people have seen HTOP, and the colors are such that it's easy for me to just talk about something. You guys know what I'm talking about. BTOP, there's so much data that I don't know. You want fast fetch? Is that in the repos, or is that like... Probably not, huh? I'll laugh if it is. What did I do wrong? Install HTOP. It must not have found it. It just bails when you can't find it. Well, whatever. Okay, let's move on to the next section, and that is the desktop. You guys want to talk about the desktop? I think the desktop is pretty neat. I'm getting back into the swing of Linux distro stuff. I'm not as up to speed as I once was, so I don't know if this setup is actually vanilla or not. When I think of vanilla GNOME, I actually think of Fedora. What happened to Gnome-OS? I thought that was vanilla GNOME. I think that basing vanilla, like a vanilla GNOME desktop on Ubuntu, is an odd choice because Ubuntu's GNOME is not vanilla. What is this? Shortcake by Night Tempo? Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Get out of here. There we go. That's better. All right. Yeah, so Ubuntu's GNOME is not vanilla. So this seems like an odd choice. Like, why not use Fedora? VanillaOS is pretty much vanilla GNOME. Weird curiosity. Is it possible to install vanilla GNOME on Ubuntu? Possibly. We repackaged a lot of packages to remove the Ubuntu Interesting. You love vanilla GNOME? Yeah, like vanilla GNOME is honestly like really good. But if you have to remove existing packages, I don't know, that just doesn't come, that doesn't seem like it's totally vanilla. And when I think of vanilla, like vanilla GNOME, I would assume it would be associated with the GNOME developers. But that's just me. I don't know. I think it looks good. Stock default icons. Tweaks. No tweak tool. Extensions. We do have extension manager. And sure enough, there are no extensions enabled. Like, extensions themselves are enabled, but there are no built-in extensions. So this is your vanilla GNOME. What's the story with the background? Is that from GNOME too? What is happening here? It locked up again. There. That might have been GNOME. You know, ooh, actually the performance is not good there. So if we look at appearance, let's get some other stuff going so maybe I can like demonstrate what I'm talking about. I feel like I've been noticing pauses here and there. So we'll get these guys going. Yep. Okay, so here are our windows. And let's go to appearance. So it takes seconds for appearance to come up. So as this is populating, yeah, I can't look, see? Okay. Is that a GNOME issue or is that a VanillaOS issue? It's like when it's populating this thumbnail cache, the display locks up. Yeah, see, it's doing it again. What's that all about? I found a bug. You know, I think the beauty with Vanilla GNOME is that you don't really need to customize it. If you need to customize GNOME, then GNOME probably isn't the desktop for you. I look at this and this is like perfect. I cannot get another desktop to behave like Vanilla GNOME. You can get close, but it's just not as smooth. It's not the same workflow. So when you start tampering with it and like making this thing move around, make it a panel or something, it's not GNOME anymore. And the developers don't seem to like or support that. So I kind of feel like if you want GNOME but you don't want GNOME, then look at something like Budgie or Cinnamon. I used to use a lot of GNOME extensions and they would always break. Like an update would happen and it would hose up. I think that the last time I ran GNOME seriously was with Solus. And that was like 2 years ago and it was awesome. And then Solus updated and broke all of my extensions and I said, I'm done. Never again. Ah, gosh. You may have asked prior. Don't worry about it. You can ask as many questions, the same question over and over again. I don't mind. What are your thoughts on mod tracker music? If you like them, VLC is your friend. I don't really know much about them, to be honest. Is this running Xorg? Well, actually, this is running... this appears to be running... Oh, interesting. This is cool. Manjaro didn't do this. It didn't have these drop downs. Vanilla. Oh, weird. Wait a second. Vanilla 22.10, but it's running the LTS kernel. This is GNOME 43.1. So this is an older version, isn't it? Is Solus still live? You know, unless somebody can correct me, I'm going to say Solus is dead. I know that that's a hot take, but the website went down and like everything went down with it and it's been down for over a month and I guess the maintainers are having like some health issues or something, but I can't help but feel like this might be the killing blow. Like it was already kind of under the radar and it was a lot for a small team to handle and then they had DNS issues and the whole project went down and I just don't see it coming. I mean, they're going to bring the site back up, but like, I mean, that puts development behind and they like, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be a very deep hole for them to climb out of. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, to be honest, which makes me sad because I love Solus, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. But this is using Wayland and Pipewire. This has got the whole 21st century stack, Rice. It's got it all. We got Bubble Wrap, we got Podman, Wayland, Pipewire is going on. What else? What other buzz names? Wire Plumber. That's one that gets people excited. What did Wire Plumber replace? Wire Plumber Pulse Session? Pipewire Pulse Session or something? Anyway, yeah, so this is Vanilla GNOME. You like the tech stack? I've been burned by Pipewire and Wayland too many times. I'm not. I think it's a good place for people to start, but if you run into issues, don't be afraid to fall back to what works. Like I was doing a Discord thing a couple days ago and I was running Wayland with Pipewire and I couldn't share at all. It took my microphone out. Like it was a disaster. I think I had to restart to get it all back. So it's not that I don't hate, like I do fringy stuff, you know, like the things that I do as a content producer is not the well-traveled path. So just because Pipewire blows out for me doesn't mean it's bad for everybody. It's a problem with Discord, not Wayland and Pipewire. I mean, that's not untrue, but it's a problem nonetheless. So I can't, like, regardless of where the problem is coming from, I have to work around it. So I won't use it. Well, the Solus repo still works. See, that's the thing that even if they bring the site back up and they fix the DNS issues, I mean, have packages been rebuilding? Has CI been running? Like, that's a lot to ask from a small team. So I wouldn't blame them if they folded and just said, hey, you know, we're going to close up shop for now. I'd be like, damn, that sucks, but I understand. Discord is built for Windows. I mean, yeah. You thought the Solus project jumped? Yeah, that was a long time ago. He's actually, the Solus founder is working for Mozilla now. I think that he announced he scored a gig with the Thunderbird team. Or maybe that's not Mozilla. But so that's pretty cool. Time to run Discord via Wine. Yeah, the Egee, he did Solus and Budgie, and then bailed, and then did SerpentOS, and then was working on I think a game framework or something like that. And he may have done something else, and now I recently heard he's working for Thunderbirds. Guy's all over the place. There's certain people in the Linux community that do that. Like there's all like the regular folks that just like kind of vibe, and we consume Linux, and sometimes we give back in the form of scripts. And then there's other people that are so head and shoulders above us, and they're doing crazy kernel level stuff, designing subsystems, and they're just like bouncing from gig to gig. It's like, dude, like, bless those people. Where would we be without them? I'm in here just like fiddling with this. I'm like, hey, look at VanillaOS. I guess it's like exposure. It's like marketing kind of. This is cool stuff. All right, let's get back on track. What were we gonna look at? We can't do anything with the style and theme. It's Gnome. I mean, we've all seen Gnome. The theme, we've looked at the theme. There's nothing to really change or do. Backgrounds, we could look at backgrounds. We just did, and the thumbnails were kind of laggy. Look how long it takes. That's got to be a Gnome thing. It's a cool one. Looks kind of low res though. That's weird. In a good way. From Ubuntu. This is a really cool picture, but it looks kind of washed out. All these pictures look washed out. Is it just me, or do they all look just like there's no color? Like, look at this one. It just looks hazy. The pictures are great, but it's like the color is off. That picture's awesome. Oh, it seems to lag on the ones that transition. So if we do this. Yeah, this is a really cool background. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's the vanilla logo. Cool, I'm gonna leave it on this one. All right. You're watching a 144p stream. Oh. If you need packages, APX. Oh, if you need packages that you don't know where it's from, it's no help. It's like it's intentional. The blown out pictures, yeah. This wallpaper is from our winter event. Oh, it's so cool. Super, super cool. All right, let's take a look at the apps. Looks like the standard GNOME suite of apps. Is it gonna dox me when I open Maps? I bet it will. It's probably gonna zoom straight into my house. Maybe not. Is location settings off? Are location settings off by default? That'd be a good default. Jeez. Oh, because it opens settings. GNOME 43 just seems laggy. Okay, location is off. Cool. All right, so we have app image launcher settings. This looks like Java. Is this a swing UI. Nice. I run app images and I don't have that. We got bottles. Flat seal. Heroic game launchers. HTOP says managed on APK. That's cool. Metadata cleaner? What is that? All kinds of apps. Lutris? No. Clean your traces? Huh. Shortwave? Radio? You guys want to play some radio? I should broadcast this. I should set up a ham radio, like some kind of like broadcast pirate radio, Distro Delves. It's cute? Why is it cute? You need to click the circle button to actually locate yourself. Check the sources. This FlatHub enabled by default. Yeah, it seems to. You doxed yourself with that Wi-Fi, did I? Just the house Wi-Fi? Pirate radio. We had no time to remake it. Well, that's fine. That's all good. We're good. We got time shift. Give you my password. rsync or BTRFS. Given this is BTRFS, it makes sense to use that. Okay. Yes. Go on. Clean up your traces. Learn more about metadata. Metadata cleaner. This is cool. I've never used this app before. Looks great. It's like not really a custom app, but more like a random app. This looks good. Looks better than on my computer. Welcome to Bottles. Shortwave. Discover some new stations. Christmas vinyl. What? Play some Christmas tunes. What is this program? This is the vanilla. Ah, okay. Hey, look at this. I know that name. This is the VanillaOS Control Center. Oh no, what have I done? I just wanted to see what that did. It's creating a container. I'll just toss you over there. Out of sight, out of mind. So we got updates, smart updates. The system will not update if in heavy use or battery. That's cool. That should just be like, why turn that off? Uh-oh, what did it do? Read only command is exited? What's happening here? Oh, I didn't do anything. Huh, okay. Void Linux. I still haven't used Void Linux. Is that a send? Do I need to get in there? Someone asked for it. Is there going to be a KDE version of VanillaOS? Pirate Radio DistroDelves? You imagine a farmer tuning in and being like, what is happening here? Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm not sure what I do with this. Oh, here's installed applications. That's cool. We can launch it from here. It still has that issue where if you try to close it, it locks up. It just locks up that window though, so it's not that big of a deal. All right. So this is just like update stuff. Got it. App image launcher, heroic games launcher. Wine manager. This looks pretty cool. I haven't used Lutris in quite some time. Maybe I'll switch to this. I have it installed through the Flatpak and it's like not good. It's kind of a mess. All right, is that it? Is that all the custom stuff? I don't want to miss anything. Anything in utilities? No? Yeah, that's it. Cool. So there's your custom apps. Pretty straightforward. You can use those systems instead of APX. Oh, okay. I don't know. APX is pretty darn easy to use. It's just type APX instead of apt. Done. You could probably alias it. Could you alias it? Would it break it for the user if you aliased apt to APX? That might be weird though, because somebody wouldn't know what they're doing. Well, it really wouldn't make sense because you would do apt run. Maybe just like apt install could be aliased. I don't know. Desktop environment, all that. Default apps. What do we got? Default apps. We kind of looked at those, didn't we? The main one is Gnome. Gnome Web is the web browser. It's an interesting choice, but it is VanillaOS, so I understand. All right, where are my test devices or elsewhere? Let me go get them in just a moment. All right. Okay. I am back with you. I see the music's just about gone. So I like to test out exFAT support because that is used for cameras and stuff. So I like to make sure that distro can use it, and it can. Look at that. Copy some stuff over. Nice and quick. Yeah, I like this song, but it's a little obnoxious. Sorry, Night Tempo. I like you, but that song's a little much. All right. exFAT is good. How about encrypted support? On Manjaro, it mounts automatically. So like if you're just vibing and somebody puts in an encrypted device, then it pops up in your face just like that. That's okay. I don't have a preference. You know, funny story, I actually don't know the password. I don't know what I made the password. No way. Did that work? No. I don't know what the password is, but encryption seems to work just fine. Okay, so that is that all for that? So last night when I was going to bed, right before bed actually, I was laying there thinking that the way that I transfer files for DistroDelves is effectively a sneaker net. You guys ever heard that term, sneaker net? It's where you transfer data using your sneakers. So when you put data onto a USB stick and transfer it to another computer, you're walking that data from a computer to another computer, so they call it a sneaker net. Isn't that a silly term? But sneaker nets are very, very high latency, right? Because it takes quite a bit of time to copy something to a physical media and move it over. So I looked into how to get a better network setup. And there is a tool called Avahai, or Avahai? Avahai? But almost every distro has it. But no, you don't probably have never even heard of it. But basically what it does is it populates these right here. So in your Linux computer, if you go to other locations or network locations, you may see Samba shares or DLNA shares, and that's facilitated through Avahai or Avahi. I'm not sure how to say it. So I'm running Debian on my laptop, and I didn't have Samba set up, so I had to set it up by hand. And basically, I've transformed this sneaker net into a LAN, and I'm really happy about it. I'm like really proud of myself. This was a lot of work. So VanillaOS comes with Avahai set up. That's why Vanilla is here, and I didn't have to do anything. Another cool thing about VanillaOS is you can right-click public, go to sharing options, and you can just share this folder. Bingo, just like that. Of course, it fails. I'm not sure about this, if this is a bug for you guys, but as a user, I would not expect it to error out when I go to create a share. But yeah, so I can go to Legionnaire, go to public, log in as anonymous, and bam, there's my public share. So normally I would keep all of this on my USB sticks and I would copy them over, but instead of doing that, I can just copy it through the network. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty cool. So we'll copy Geekbench and video. Oh, it should be called videos. It's a bug in AB root side. Oh, cool. Yeah, Leonard wrote Avahai. Yeah, Leonard did a lot of stuff. He's reviled by some people in the Linux community, but he's done so many things. Like a lot of stuff you wouldn't even know. He did Pulse Audio too, I think. He did System D. I'm pretty sure he did Pulse Audio. He may have had a hand in UDev too. Like a total mad lad. There is also another OG developer named Havoc Pennington that did a whole bunch of stuff. See that, but that's what I'm saying about. There's like developers in the Linux community. Like we're all down here writing scripts and doing silly stuff, and they're up there doing like writing Avahai, writing UDev, like I mean crazy kernel level stuff, and they're just like, oh yeah. Hey, you know, wouldn't it be cool to have some automatic service discovery? Yeah, let's write it. Done. Wouldn't it be cool if we had some sort of translation layer for DirectX and Vulkan? Let's write it. But he ditched Red Hat for Microsoft? Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Microsoft. Micro who? Da, 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 da. So I've got this piece of code here that I'm working on it. I'm gonna turn Androgy into a co-host of mine. I actually really like doing these shows with a co-host. I love having guests on the show, but nobody ever wants to come on the show with me. So I'm turning Androgy into a co-host. I'm just gonna write my own co-host. Like I'm tired of asking people. I'm just gonna like code my own because that's how I roll. APX. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is Androgy is largely written in Ruby. However, VanillaOS does not have Ruby. It also doesn't have Rake. As you can see, there's a Rake file up here. So what do? We use APK to install Rake. Something else that I think is cool is this is a Samba share that was discovered by Avahai. That's where legionnaire.local is coming from. So if I check, this is really cool. So if I do SSH Egee at legionnaire local, it will find that. It's able to resolve legionnaire.local to this IP address locally. Like I didn't have to set anything up. That's all Avahai doing that. I didn't know that. I discovered that last night. And I'm like really pleased with it. It's so cool. Okay. So now that I have Rake installed, again, I can't run Rake like this. I have to do APX run Rake. There's no default thing. So we'll do Rake install. And it still failed because Androgy's front end is Zenity. So it's like the little thing. You'll see it. So we have to install something called Zenity. So this part is interesting. You can export the binary. You can just program a co-host when the postman is stopped by. Yeah, Leonard got death threats for stuff like writing System D. Like, what the hell? Who doesn't want to be on the show? Yeah, come on, everybody, come on the show. I've had a thought of doing APX install Zenity. I've had a thought about doing Distro Delves in Discord so people can like join, and somebody like everybody's muted except for parts of the show where like I can have people come on and like talk and ask questions and stuff. I thought that'd be kind of fun. It sounds fun, but it also sounds like a lot of work to orchestrate. But again, with channel memberships, maybe I can test stuff like that out. Not feel like a fool when I crash and burn. Because I always crash and burn the first few times. Every time. First attempt is always a failure. That's okay. This is some kind of plastic love. You guys want to cut over to some copyrighted music? I haven't played this one in a long time. There we go. All right. So what we're doing here is installing Zenity. Zenity is the GTK front end that Androgy uses to communicate with you. Now, I think it's interesting that I installed Ruby, Rake, and Zenity through APK, and as containers, I would expect them not to be able to talk to each other. So what that means is when I run the Rake container, I wouldn't expect the Rake container to have access to Zenity, which is installed in a different container, I thought. But when I do APK, or APX, have I been saying APK? I mean APX. APX run Rake install. There he is. Look, it's my co-host. APK, yeah. Would you like to install some Distro Delves assets on the machine? Yes. Already installing the tests into your local home folder. Now, unfortunately, Androgy's not actually doing that. I haven't finished the code for it. So we're going to help him out by copying. Oh, we already copied the files, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. So I don't do this in ordinary Distro Delves episode, though maybe I will. I don't know. I try to keep those episodes short. Does Androgy make drawings? No, others make drawings of him. Oh, are you saying is Androgy like a type of AI that makes art? That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of hilarious. Androgy can do anything. You want to commission Androgy to do some ASCII art? That's a great plan. I'm writing that down. See, Rice, that's why. Rice, you're great. I'd turn this into some kind of shtick. Androgy's making art for people. You can commission Androgy. He'd love to have you. He's really cool. Okay, so code. I don't think that these will run. These are actual executables that I wrote for tests. If it actually runs, I'm gonna laugh. No. Oh, it just pops open. Sure, yeah, we'll do that. Will Ruby run? No. Okay, that's fine. So this, I'm interested to see how these files render. Look how long it takes to launch. Like, I'm gonna double click. You see that? That's like unreasonably long, right? Like here, I'm gonna double click this TOML file. Dang. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I would not call this a snappy distro. I think that's Gnome doing it though, right? Rub. Ruby. No, run Ruby. Egee, what the hell are you typing? That option is not available. APX Ruby? Ah. Is it Ruby? Probably not. Nah, we're done. We're done with this. Documents. We do have PDF viewer. Everything takes so long to run. Is that the containers? Is that the containers making it do that? That's my beef with elementary OS. Does everything take forever? Hold on, don't just start playing something at random. Oh yeah, this is a good one. PowerPoint? Office Suite works good. Yeah, All your archives work good about RAR? Yep. It's all good. Music? Oh. Damn. I wasn't expecting. Uh-oh. I think I locked it up. Yo. Where'd that come from? Oh, hold on, we're not to the video playback part. What is it doing? I appear to have crashed it. Dang. Can I close it like I can't even close it through this. Yo. I think we found. What did I do? What did I do to cause this? Interesting. So, to reproduce that, I just... Oh, actually, let's move those into the music folder and see if it auto-discovers it. See, now I'm in the zone. I'm in it to win it now. Move those over. See, this is what Androgy is supposed to do. He's supposed to move all these files into the correct folders so that I don't have to do it myself. But some joker needs to finish coding him. We already moved those. All right, we're done here. So we'll go to music and try to do that again. Xkill. All right, let's try it again. So it didn't like the OGG file. AC3 maybe? AC3 seems good. Okay. Can't do FLAC. M4A. No MP2s. No OGG. A weird variety of formats it supports. Oops. Okay, let's turn you down. You guys can hear me. Okay, so 1080p, how does it work? Not good. Damn. Yo, if it can't even run 1080p, the other ones, forget it. Alright, so let's try MPV. If there's any question whether FlatHub is installed by default. Well, I mean, I think I told it to install, but... How do you feel about your viewers contributing to background musics? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like recommendations and things. Are you talking about like putting your own music in there or telling me artists to listen to? I like using community stuff as long as it's good. Like you have to trust me if I say that it's worthy or not. Oh. Yeah, like here's this one. Sonic Train Kid, hello. Drop it in. Yeah, look at that. Playback is pretty good. Why is it cut off on the bottom though? What the hell? I can't even resize it. Oh, there we go. Play some Smash Mouth or Nickelback. 4K? Wow, look at that. It can play 4K. Barely. I mean, it is really working the CPU. Oh, the frame rate's bad too. It's so dumb that it just like abruptly stops when it gets to the end. $265. Not. I mean, it's not good. Oh, VP8. kind of a loud song, isn't it? Shift I should show your stats. Oh yeah, Rice knows everything. And then he just dies. Let's try that again. Dude, this is a very unwieldy program. It's powerful, but damn. Okay. Huh, this is actually pretty good, isn't it? Oh, right when I say that, it dumps out. So let's go back to that 1080p one. Take a look. Yeah, look at the frame rate, solid. Okay, so this distro and this hardware just can't do 4K. And then Totem can't do 4K at all. Like, it can't do videos at all. Like this thing. This is 1080p, it can't do it. Cool. Oh man, I don't even have my mouse. Wow, look at this. Damn, all from playing a video with GNOME files. Is the music having an anime voice? Kind of. It's Positive featuring Dream Amy. It's like, it's not a Japanese song. It's actually a really funny music video to it. It's a good song. All right, next set of tests. We do Steam. Not that I'm going to do anything with it, but. And who else? OBS. Want to see how well this thing records. All right, while those are going, let's take a look at the next set. Printer and Bluetooth. There's the printer. Did it do anything? Okay. I don't know if it worked though. Uh-oh. I have a PDF that we can test printing with. Oh, 16 pages? Hold up. Maybe one page? Ah, there we go. Okay. So that test page didn't work, but the printer works. Cool. All right. So next, let's do Bluetooth. Is that just turns it off and on? Like, it's a strange UX. Okay. I've got a controller here that I always have to look up how to sync or how to desync. It's connected to something wrong. This keyboard is actually Bluetooth. I actually got a keyboard and mouse for Distro Delves. Like, this whole setup is optimized. I got my mic on a boom above me so I can move it around, which is great. Hold the Action and B buttons. Yeah. But I got a new mechanical keyboard. It's like this little tiny compact mechanical keyboard too. It's really cute. And I got this mouse. This is not working. The action and B buttons until you see a blinking light. You don't say. There. No? Still, it won't work. It like blinks for a second. Is there a way to reset this? I can use my phone too, but I'd prefer not to. What is Amazon Luna? Yeah, Amazon Luna is a streaming platform from Amazon that's actually pretty good. And I used it for a while, but I don't use Amazon products anymore, really, like their Alexas and things. But Luna is a pretty good service. I would actually recommend it, and the controller is good too. It's like a small Xbox Elite controller. Definitely better for people with smaller hands. Huh. Yeah, I can't desync this thing. It like wants to. But then it crashes. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we won't do that. That's fine. Whatever. Let's see what gaming perform. What else is left? Is it gaming? Yeah, it's gaming. Gaming is all that's left on the list. Well, there's benchmarks, and I'm going to play you guys out with the benchmarks. Do some guitar. You guys want to hear some guitar stuff? Set up guitar for you. Been playing a lot. Practicing. You want to see how Dorian's Doors plays? You guys are interested in the guitar work. Whoa! This is running really well. Wow, considering how bad everything ran on Manjaro, I was expecting. Ah, there we go. There's the butt performance. But then if you look in this corner, yeah. I think this is an old build. Rice, I think you released a new version. I haven't gotten it yet. Oh, you're talking here, aren't you? You need to optimize this game, man. This isn't playable. This door will open eventually. The game's performance haunts you to this day. Oh yeah, what's Switchfoot doing in here? Wait a sec, why'd the background music stopped? Oh well. Enjoy Switchfoot. What did I do to pause? How long has it been paused? I didn't even touch anything. There we go. Now it's better. You want to make a special build for Distro Delves, like max performance? I mean, if you want, if there was a way you could build telemetry into the UI so that we could see what it was doing, that'd be kind of cool. I like how portable the game is. That's why, like, if you have, by the way, if you have an indie game or something that you want to see on Distro Delves, let me know. The main thing is that it has to be portable. It can't be something that I have to like compile or fight with. And Dorian's Doors is just like one binary. This is running good. Well done, Rice. I just want to get to the hallway with the boxes. No! Come back. Yes. One issue with the music MP3. It'd take a while to unlock your cache. Oh god. Yes. Yeah, performance is good. See, it's just one button. Look at how simple this is. That 3D game is just one. Oh, Righteous Man, you turned in during a Switchfoot tune. Yeah. Glad you like it. It's a good song. Who's next? We gonna get more good stuff? Yeah, actually, the next song's pretty good. I bet nobody will know the next song, but you'll like it. SuperTux Advance? I think I need to build this. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I've got to build this. Yeah, I don't want to fight with it. Le Games? I want to see if Wildwood... There's Egee Tales. We could play the Egee game. I brought that back. I need to work on it, though. It's kind of like Androgy. It has work to do to it. It needs work. Oh, interesting. So the lag at the beginning is from those fallen boxes? Yeah, Egee Tales. That's my game. What's the icon? Oh, it's a blender. It's a Godot icon. Yeah. It's ya boy. I made that. Yeah, how do you zoom in? There we go. Ah! Smooths it out, makes it look terrible. It already doesn't look very good. That was fun. I'd have to practice art again to probably even get to that level. It's such a big ask. I'll get there. What was the game that was played before? That was Dorian's Door. That was Dorian's Doors. He has more than just one door, that Dorian. I got some coconut water. You guys like coconut water sounds. It's organic coconut water. I'm not going to tell you where it's from. You can probably guess if you know me. Dorian Gray. Oh, you can barely hear this. Maybe not. Wildwoods. Let's try Jelly Drift first. Oh, do we have wine? We don't. A new test has arrived. I'd be really surprised if this worked. Like, legitimately surprised. Where, Cynical, are you drunk? Here we go. No, see, it needs 32-bit. I'm gonna try it. No. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get past this part. Maybe like wine dev or something? Can we search? Wine tricks, wine 64, wine development, twine. I guess the right way of doing this would be with bottles, right? I don't really want to do it like that, though. What were they complaining about? Lib one? No, that's not that. Oh, it just needs 32-bit stuff. It doesn't have it. Yeah, I use bottles. I don't want to use bottles. I don't want it. Bootles. Start me up. Oh my goodness. Good coconut water. Tasty. You can't do the package manager thing where you add the 32-bit libs. I mean, there's probably a way to like make it work, but that's not how it's supposed to work. Yeah, you like loading bottles? It must be installing and setting up wine and stuff. But I mean, it could probably do it as a fork in the background. It doesn't have to stop the whole UI workflow to do it. Just fork it. Do some async stuff. You've seen that screen 1,000 times. Almost done. Taking the whole computer down with it. What's it doing? It's working one of the CPUs, so it's not multi-threaded. Dang. CPU 4 is getting spanked. Loading bottles like a lorry. There we go. Add items here. Okay, so can I just drag and drop? We try that. How cool would that be if you just dragged and dropped an executable? If it was like, hey, I see that this is a 64-bit executable. You want me to get that set up? Feature request. During development of that screen, it froze up your PC. That'll happen. Jelly drift. What if I just leave everything default? Will that be okay? Pour one out for CPU. Yeah, get out the bottle. Man, people really like bottles. Bottles. I keep getting into these apps and then they let me down. Like I was really into Play on Linux for a while and then it kind of like sat there and languished and didn't really go anywhere. And then I got really into Lutris and then Lutris changed, like the UI workflow changed and stuff got weird and now it throws errors when it's just like, I don't know. And now there's bottles and there's Heroic Launcher and I've just been relying on Steam. Steam never really changes. It just sits there. I hate change. I hate it. I hate change. When I load up my favorite application and a bunch of shit's changed, I'm like, no. I know how this works. Don't change it. Bottles, wine, tea. I like this song. Well, what else do I need? Nah, I'll just come back and get all this data later. I'm just having fun with you guys now. I'm about to get the guitar out. What time is it? 11? We've been at this for an hour and a half. Dang. The Luna controller thinks it's connected to something. I don't know what though. It's not my laptop, is it? Eh. What is next on the docket anyway? Is it just Geekbench? I'd have to restart to get good numbers for that though. There we go. Okay. Run executable. See, this is Wine64. Let's see. So it only has access to these, right? Oh no, it can access everything. Supported executables. What's wrong with this one? Is it because it's not an exe or something? File not found? Okay, file not found. Uh-oh. Did it go away? What was that? All right, we're gonna do this offline. Error is ready. Press the 3 dots. Okay, let's go back. I'll give that a try. This is a good song, but let's switch to Wolf Alice. Oh, is it Flatpak permissions? Well, let's do this, actually. Let's move this to a... Hey, it muted again. I keep doing something that mutes OBS. Why is it only playing out of my... Oh, there we go. Wow, my audio's falling apart. All right, let's step on the gas. Oh, it's Flatpak stuff. I don't know if I want to screw with this. Does it have access to... No. Well, I'm going to give this a try. It probably won't work, but I'll mess around with this later. Yeah, it just airs out. That's fine. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Boom. All right. Oh. God, please. Actually, why is that failing? Oh. Damn. All right. Never is enough. Is use the run executable. I thought that's what I was doing. A Linux moment, right? Okay. No more music for you. I'm going to start up the benchmarks. I'm going to make some music. I'm interested to see how the mix sounds. You guys will have to tell me if everything sounds good. But we've got two benchmarks to do, so we've got time to do all of this. All right. So, let's play some tunes. I'm going to take my headphones off so that I can do a little work. So, I've got my guitar here. My guitar is tuned to a variation of Open D. And I've got a few different effects set up. And I got to turn them all on before it all starts working. So, okay, so I've got the guitar mic'd up, so you should be able to hear it, and I can move my mic over so you can hear this. point this mic away from the amplifier so it doesn't pick it up with the wrong mic. Sound all right? Hopefully the mix is good. All right. So while this benchmark is going, see if we can get into the zone. Write something good. I can actually probably talk at you through this microphone, but okay. I've played on stream before. So on the mixer it looks good, so let's go ahead and start playing. Hey. I don't have anybody else to play with me, so I'll just automate that part. All right, benchmark done. So these are the actual numbers. I like leet is right here, but I'll save that. Like I'll actually save that. Gedit, notes, text editor. Got it. That must have been when I was opening the other stuff. All right. Great performance. Thank you. Well, oh, the computer? Yeah, it did do pretty good, didn't it? I actually wasn't sure if I was going to have enough to play while the benchmark was going on. All right. So we should be able to switch to maybe a little bit more rock and roll without... You had a question for my guitar. Where do you put your paws? Where you're palm muting? You know, a while ago, a few years ago, I actually did a few videos where I played guitar and then I recorded video where I was playing with paws on, so it looked like I was playing with the paws, and it was kind of fun. That was like almost like music video editing. And it was a fun little exercise. That's the kind of stuff I used to be public, but I've taken it down because it's kind of embarrassing. But I'd put that on channel memberships, so people who are invested can see that kind of silliness. Intro to the Fire and Flames. Let's see if we can play something good, something heavy. Yeah, I can hear a melody with that. Let's do it. Like that's something I haven't played before. Wait. All right, let's do it. I forgot what like what chords that was even in. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Felt good at first, but maybe not. Let's do, I was playing something cool earlier before a show. I was like trying to fill in time. I can't get it out. It won't come to me. This makes me want to pick up your guitar again. The strings sound almost as loud as the amp. Well, that just means I got to boost the gain up. How's that? Maybe I'll turn the gain over here down. All right, let's do it. Let's try again. I could probably move the mic closer to the amp too. How am I doing, Detroit Lion? I'm doing well. But my, the screen went out, though. Oh, it locked. Do you have a loop pedal? Yeah, that's what I'm playing with. Oh, it hosed up. Oh, I bet it's because it went to sleep. Yeah, let's try that again. That's okay. Let me come up with a different thing to play. Oh, I got something. This is a little bit slower, but. That was messy. Let's try that again. Sometimes I like to take stuff. You would listen to this on a record. Yeah, if I just figured out how the hell to like actually write songs, then I could do it. But I don't know. I've only started doing this kind of thing recently, so I'll get better. So let me play that same thing, but without distortion. I'll just play it with different pickups. All right. The hell was I playing? Okay, got it. I got confused. Again. Wow. What is this madness? I don't know about this one. Optimization failed at particle physics. Is that where it failed last time? Let's try this one more time. We're going to try it. Well, let's restart it actually. I want to give it like as much runway. Did I save that? I don't know if it matters. I'll have to come back to this anyways, so that can just go away. All right, so should I play, ooh, my mouse is about to fall. So should I wrap it up with distortion or no? You guys like the distortion? I really like it all, really. Oh, come on now. You dig the distortion? I like the distortion too. All right, Geekbench 5. Compute Vulkan. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh. Boink. All right, third time's a charm, as they say. All right, you want the distortion? I'll give you a little distortion. the string's still really loud. I just notice when I bang on them. These are heavy strings too. They're not like the light slinkies. They're the heavy elixirs. I use elixir strings. Anybody else play guitar? Use elixir strings? I swear by them. I'd love to make videos. I'd need to be in the flesh, but I would love to make videos talking about my guitar and my technique and all the stuff I do and use with it. So I never realized stuff that I do to my guitar, my tuning, and the strings that I use and how everything's set up is like really unorthodox. I think people might be interested in it. That's a song I forgot about. Let's do that. Forgot about that song. I don't know what that was. Not the right song. There it is. Failed again. Particle physics. I don't know what this is. But that, I hope that doesn't mean I won't be able to get... I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper in this, and I'm reaching the end of my fuse. That Sweet Home Alabama. Dun, 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 dun. What? That's Werewolves in London, which is very similar. Is it? Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. So it's the same. No, it's like this. That's the same chord progression as Foreplay by Boston at the very beginning of the end of the verse into the chorus, where it's like, taking my time, I'm just moving on. But it's this. But it's similar chord progression. That's all D, by the way. That is, I gotta ask my tuner. D, C to G. So D, C, G. All right, folks. That's gonna wrap this one up. I am going to come back to VanillaOS because I'm keeping track of all of the distro delves we do, putting it into a spreadsheet, and I'm going to look for places to do comparisons and have like top 5 interesting distros for this reason, for that reason. So like kind of break it up and make interesting content with what we're getting out of Distro Delves. So I'm not going to wreck this machine because I'm going to come back to it and find out exactly what is causing this error and hopefully get the Vulkan numbers. So yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope that you guys liked this delve. This was fun. It was OG, but also very different, very free form. I'm going to, that's all good and fine. I'm going to turn my audio equipment off. And I closed my music player. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up here. So I am back on Patreon if you want to support me there. I have channel memberships if you want to subscribe and or sign up and be a member, stuff like that. I'm going to be doing member live streams at some point. There's some B-sides, cut footage bonuses that you can find. And of course you can donate on Coffee and all that other stuff. It's all in the description, but I appreciate all of you and I look forward to seeing you very soon. See you later.